Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary. I talk about singles, dating and marriage. Thank you for your love and thank you for your support always. If you're new here, you're welcome and feel at home. So in today's video, I'll be talking on the topic qualities to look for in a future husband. In this video, I share on things every young woman should look for in a future husband. But this is my personal list. So you should take time yourself as a young woman to look at scriptures, talk to godly wives, read books, listen to messages, and decide what you will look for in your future husband. But I hope this list is helpful to those wondering what a young woman should look for in a future husband. Remember, the decision of who to marry is a very important decision. So you should, don't be in a haste just to choose anybody. Take your time. That everybody is getting married, it does not mean that it is also your time to get married. Just take your time and look for the things, and prepare for the kind of marriage you want, because your future happiness actually depends so much on the person you marry. So don't be in a haste just to take this decision. It is better for you to be happy while single than to get married and be sad. So don't be in a hurry just to get married. Take your time and prepare for the kind of marriage you want. Don't just choose anybody. Take your time. So the first thing that every young woman should look for in a husband, in a future husband, is spiritual growth. As a young woman, you should know that you need to marry a man who is growing spiritual. When I say spiritual growth, does not mean that you just go to church. No. First of all, this man must be born again. He must be born again, and not just being born again. Don't just get married to someone, to a baby Christian. He must also grow in the things of God. Don't make a mistake as a young woman to marry somebody who is not born again. If you are a Christian, you must marry a fellow Christian. Don't take this thing lightly, because you can say that maybe you get married and with that person he will be born again later. No, let him be born again now. God is the originator of marriage, but also God is the keeper of that marriage. So you need to marry someone who knows God. He must confess Jesus. So it is very important as a young woman, don't just be in a haste to marry anybody. The first thing, this person must be born again. You cannot afford to marry an unbeliever. Two cannot work together if they are not in agreement. If you are a Christian, you must marry another Christian. And don't joke with this thing. You might, don't say that he will change when he gets in marriage. No, he might not change. Marriage does not change people. So it is very important for you as a single, as a young woman, before you say I do to anybody, this person must be growing spiritual, because at the end of the day, this person is going to be the leader of that marriage. But if he's not going to grow spiritual, who is going to? It is very important also, you as a young woman, you need to be growing spiritual, but this man is going to lead that home. No, it will not be that you are the only one to lead prayers, to lead devotions. It's very important for you to choose someone who is growing spiritual. You need to know the church the person attends, and you need to know what he's doing in that church, not just sitting down. So as a young Christian woman, it is very important to look for the spiritual growth of that man, and I pray that God will give you grace. Another thing for you to look for in a future husband is leadership skill. As I said earlier, this man is going to lead that marriage. So make sure you marry a man who can lead you, even spiritual. It's very important. It's a man who can lead you. If you marry someone who can lead you, marry someone who is growing spiritually, it will help you even to grow more in things of God. So it's very important for you to marry someone who has leadership skill, because being the head of that home, he needs to know how to lead. So it is very important for you to marry someone who has leadership skill. That person will have to lead. And no, it is not that everything you be the one be tell him what to do, what to no to where he's supposed to be. No, that is not right. So it's very important to look for this leadership skill. Another thing that you need to look for in a future husband is trustworthy. You need to marry someone who you trust. If someone is lying to you today, when it comes to marriage, he will lie to you more. You need to marry someone that you trust with your heart. Even if you are not there, you trust that man wherever he is, even if in the midst of many women, or wherever he is. You need to marry someone that you trust. So it is very important. Just don't, if for example, if a man is lying to you today, is in marriage he will lie to you more. So don't joke with this thing. Look for someone that you can trust, and I pray that God will help you. Another thing that you need to look for in a future husband is compatibility. Compatibility is all about something that means that both of you can get along well. It is very important, because you cannot work together if you are not in agreement. That is Amos 3:3. So it is very important for you to marry someone that you can get along well with in everything, beginning with your spiritual life, beginning with can you get along in spiritual things, because there, it is not even all Christians are compatible. No, don't say that somebody is a Christian does not mean that you are compatible to that person, because we go in different churches, and different churches has different beliefs. So so you need to be compatible even in the spiritual. So if are you ready to be whatever they are doing in their church, are you ready for that? Are you comfortable with that? It is very important for you to to tackle those things this early before entering in marriage. It will bring some problems. So it is very important for you to be compatible in every area, even in visions. Must be compatible. If it is very important for you to marry someone who where he's going. So, and you know where you are going. So it's very important for you to compare, to see if these your visions are compatible. So don't joke with that. You need to know, you need to marry someone who you are compatible with. Another thing you need to do, to look for in a future husband is a fear of God. You need to marry someone who fears God. It is very important. The person who fears God, just as an example, as Joseph in Bible, Joseph, because of the fear of God in him, he did not sin against God. So it is very important for you to marry someone who fears God. Don't joke with this thing. Another thing that you need to look for in a future husband is someone, the quality of love of God. Does he love God? The person, how he love God and love others determines how this person is going to love you. So you need to look for his love for God and his love towards others. Just like how much, how he love his mother or his sister determines how this person is going to love you. So it is very important for you to look for his love for God. If he loves God, because if he loves God, it shows that this man is going to love you. So it is very important to look for his love for God and how he loves others. Another thing is you need to look for in a future husband is diligence and direction. Don't marry a lazy man, because this man, because as a husband is going to be the main provider of this home, and if he's lazy, it's going to be a very difficult thing. Most young women, they just say that no, I know that now that you are working, you say that you do everything. No, it is very wrong. Don't be in a relationship with someone who is not working, because if you make him lazy today, when it comes to marriage, you'll be just sleeping, and you will be the one paying all the bills, doing everything, and it will not take time. You'll be very tired for this. So it is very important for you to marry a hardworking person. Don't marry a lazy man who just sleeps. His own is just eating. No, It is very wrong. And don't, the way if you take him as a lazy man today, in marriage you'll be more lazy. So it is very important for you to marry someone who is diligent, someone who is hardworking. It doesn't matter how much he's earning, even if you're earning more than him, but at least he's doing something. So it is very important for him, to be, to marry someone, to know, to look for these skills of, this quality of diligence, this quality of hard working. And I pray that God will help you. Another thing you need to look for is, we need to look for is wisdom. How he does things. Wisdom is knowing what to do and doing it. So especially when it comes in finances, how does he handle his money? How does he do things? If a wise man will do things, in a honorable manner. So it is very important for you to look for this quality of wisdom, and I pray that God will help you. Another thing is, you need to marry someone who can be, someone who is who is not rebellious. Don't marry a hot-tempered man. A man who is proud. It is very wrong. This man is going, you are going to face so many things. So it is very important for you to marry someone who can be taught, someone who can know, someone who can be corrected. And this one will help even in the house, in your home. So it is very important. If someone can be, if he cannot be submissive to authority, or submissive to his boss, to submissive to his pastors, to his leaders, this person is going to be submissive to you. Is going to be, no he is going to be this person. If this person is proud, you are going to deal, proud is a spirit, and you are going to suffer. So it is very important for you as a young woman, as I said earlier, don't be in a hurry just to get married. These are the things, there are so many qualities, biblical qualities, to look for in a future husband. These are just some of the things. So it is very important as a young woman, to take your time and prepare and prepare. You cannot say that you're prepared. No, you cannot prepare enough. Just prepare and prepare for the kind of marriage you want. And these are some of the things. So don't be in a hurry just to get married. That everybody's getting married does not mean that it is your time to get married. Just wait on God, because God's time is the best. And when that time comes, your marriage will be the latest. So I think that you have gotten something in this video, and you are a single young woman out there, you are listening to me, and you have not watched my video on how to prepare for marriage when you are single. Just check that video and watch it. And also other week, I think the last week, I shared on things to pray for your future husband. Just click on the link in the description to watch that video, and I pray that you find that video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your time. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, just click on the link, the red button below the video to subscribe, and also click on the bell beside there, so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be among those that will be notified. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Bye.